Imagine a crack, almost imperceptible at first, running along the wall of a seemingly solid house. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't bleed, but with every small tremor, it widens. One day, without warning, the structure gives way. This is not a physical earthquake. It's the silent tremor that runs through your life when the economy cracks. It's the emotional bill that arrives with interest after a crisis, a layoff, a debt that threatens to devour everything. We talk about numbers, charts, unemployment rates. But behind every percentage, there's a 3 a.m. insomnia. There's a knot in your stomach when you open the bank statement. There are glances avoided at dinner for fear that the word money will trigger the next argument. Economics is not just a science of figures. It is the invisible architecture of our psychological well-being. It is the loom on which our security, our self-esteem, and in the quietest and deepest way, our most cherished relationships are woven. Think of Miguel, who lost his job 6 months ago. At first, his friend's support was an unbreakable wall. Something will come up, they said. But weeks turned into months, and the fruitless search began to tinge his character with bitterness. Invitations to go out became reminders of what he couldn't afford. Every "hello, how are you?" sounded in his ears like, "Have you found a job?" Unintentionally, he began to pull away. He stopped replying to messages. He felt like a ghost in the lives of those who were once his safety net. Friendship eroded by shame and economic frustration. Or Lavra and Carlos, a couple who saw the future with hope. Until an unexpected crisis forced them to move in with their parents. The constant stress, the loss of their intimate space, turned every small disagreement into a full-blown battle. Conversations were no longer about dreams, but about bills. The love was still there, but buried under a mountain of financial anxiety. The economy had crept into their bedroom, their dinner table, every awkward silence, testing a connection they thought was unbreakable. This is the modern taboo problem. The economy doesn't just empty our pockets. It poisons our bonds. It generates an emotional debt that we pay with the currency of distance, reproaches, and silent resentment. It turns us into anxious, irritable, and absent versions of ourselves, just when we need serenity and connection the most. And here comes the most uncomfortable reflection, the one many don't want to hear. We live in a society that sells us the idea that our personal worth is directly proportional to our economic success. That if you are unemployed, or if you can't make ends meet, it is deep down because you haven't tried hard enough. This toxic narrative is not only false, it is psychologically devastating. It makes us bear the guilt for circumstances that often are completely beyond our control. We internalize the system's failure as a personal failure, and so we withdraw. We hide. We let the cracks grow deeper for fear of being judged, even by those who love us most. The true cost of a crisis is not measured only in lost euros. It is measured in friendships that grow cold, in couples that break, in the mental health of a generation that learned to live with the sword of Damocles of instability hanging over its head. It is a wound that doesn't heal with the first paycheck, because the fear of it happening again settles as a permanent tenant in our minds. But knowing this mechanism is the first step to deactivating it. It is understanding that what you feel is not weakness, it is a human reaction to adversity. It is giving yourself permission to talk about it, to seek help, to lean on your network without shame. Because the most valuable wealth, the one no recession can touch, is the one we build with others. If this journey into the shadows of our psyche has resonated with you, if you've seen yourself reflected in these words, then we need you to be part of this conversation. Click like, because this algorithm is the news stall in the town square. It helps this message reach those who need it. Subscribe, because unraveling the mysteries of the human mind is an adventure that is just beginning. And most importantly, comment. Have you felt how economic pressure has strained any of your relationships? Do you think it's a topic that can be discussed honestly? Or is it still a taboo? Your experience is unique and vital. And remember, for more content that connects the invisible threads of our lives, follow us on all our social networks. The conversation continues there.